What's up, lords and ladies, and welcome back to AMC. I'm here with you today with another episode of Hear Me Roar, which has sort of turned into a little bit of my vlogging series when I have a thought or an opinion or something that I want to talk directly to you about that isn't necessarily game footage or anything specifically related to Thrones, more about an update on the channel or just information that I want you to have. That's sort of what I'm using this series for. So thank you for joining me today. Let's get to it. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody who watched the spoilers video that I put out earlier in the week. It got over 600 views in less than 24 hours, which by far makes it the most viewed video that we've done on the channel to date. So over the course of this week, after coming back from Massachusetts, I captured 15 games of footage from the Battlegrounds Store Championship. I think in hindsight, that was probably a mistake. I think that was a little bit too much content to try to put out, both from a processing standpoint from my side and from a viewership standpoint from your side. And I think I was flooding the timeline of the Facebook group a little bit too much. But towards the end of processing those videos, I started adding commentary to them, and people really seemed to like those based on the view count. So I think moving forward, what I'm going to be planning on doing is capturing less games at these tournaments and then adding commentary to every single one of them before I upload them. So you're going to have less matches, but they're going to be of a higher quality, I believe, because they're going to have the additional commentary tracks added to them. I never want you guys to feel like, oh my goodness, there's another video and another video and another video, and get sick of them. I want you to look forward to them. When you see them, I want you to get excited to watch them. Additionally, I'm going to continue to try to get pre- and post-game interviews, try to tape more segments of the aftermath. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And yes, I hear you loud and clear that I believe sometimes people answer with very generic answers in those segments, and they say, oh, it was bad luck, or oh, it was variance, and they don't actually go into depth and give a detailed analysis as to why they think they won or why they think they lost. So I will be very careful to make sure I ask the difficult questions and get the information that you guys want. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about as far as how this week went. So where are we going from here? What's next on the AMC schedule? Well, first of all, we have 3 consecutive weekends of tournaments coming up. So this Sunday is the Labyrinth tournament at DC. That is a store championship. April 2nd is the Connecticut Regional up in Newington or Southington. I'm not sure which. I'm right now have that tentatively penciled in as a maybe. I'm not sure if I can go financially. And then the weekend after that is the DC Regional, or what we're calling the DC Regional. It's actually in Maryland, but that's April 9th. 3 consecutive weeks of jousting contest matches. No gaps in coverage there unless I miss the Connecticut Regional. In addition to that, I've already ordered the 4th chapter pack from Amazon, but Hand's Judgment reviews will be coming out for that chapter pack. And that's it for now. Obviously, we'll be doing a review of the Stark Box when that comes out, but that's a little bit further. That's about a month away. The next thing I wanted to tell you guys about is some exciting developments. Sometime last week, Cesar Rosario contacted me and said he was interested in providing some video content for the channel, which I was ecstatic about. So the more people involved and the more higher quality content I can get to you guys, the better. But obviously I'm only one person, so with Cesar's help, that we're going to be able to provide you with more content of a higher quality on a regular basis. So I just wanted to introduce you guys to Cesar. Him and his wife Lauren were originally from the Florida meta. They moved up to New York City a couple years ago and spent some time in the New York City meta before deciding to move back to Florida early last year. Cesar, I believe, is already working on his first episode that he wants to post to the channel. It's going to be a serious training video on deck building. I'm not exactly sure what he's putting together. He hasn't sent it to me yet, but it sounds very cool. Like he's going to be building a deck and then showing you how the deck plays, sort of like a combination video of training and gameplay. So when Cesar and Lauren send me a video, I'm going to be putting that up under a separate branding of AMC South. So when you see those pop up, I just wanted you guys to know if you hear a strange voice coming out of a video that it's them and you're not surprised. So I wanted to take the time to introduce you to them here. So I expect the first video to come out sometime early next week under AMC South, and please let me know what you guys think. I know Cesar's working really, really hard on it, and I think you guys are going to love it. The last thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about today is a little tougher to talk about. It's a little more personal to me, but it is something that I wanted to address because it's a comment that I get a fair amount, so I wanted to address it here. So after I put out the spoilers video this week, I received a couple comments about how I came across as potentially condescending or arrogant in my opinions on the cards. I take things like that relatively seriously because I don't want to come across that way ever. But I am aware that when you are making opinion videos like this, that it is potentially possible that you're going to come across that way. And honestly, I'm okay with that. When people make comments like that, I absolutely understand where they're coming from, but I wanted to give you a little bit of background on why I'm doing this channel, why I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Thrones, so you can sort of understand where I'm coming from, and hopefully you'll see it's coming from a good place and not a place of arrogance and ego. First of all, I want to say that any opinions that you hear me talking about on this channel are strictly talking about a T1 highly competitive environment. The advice that I'm giving is not for your local meta. One of the comments that I received was disagreeing with me about Rickon's usefulness because the people in that person's meta don't play cards like summons or things that could get canceled by Rickon very often. So he disagreed with my review that Rickon was a very good card. Originally, I was not aware of what he was referring to, that he was more of a casual player, not necessarily playing on the national or world stage. So I defended my opinion as I should because it is my opinion. But then I realized that he was coming from a more casual meta perspective, which is fine, and he's right in that instance. Rickon in a casual play setting is not as good a card as it's going to be in a national level competition. When you watch my opinions and you watch these videos and you hear what I have to say, please understand that everything that I'm saying is tailored specifically for T1 tournament play only. So by all means, ignore everything that I say if you have no intentions of going to a regional or a national event, because it will not be applicable. Second thing I wanted to say is this channel is not a news channel. This is a Dennis's opinion channel, a Brit's opinion channel, an Adam's opinion channel. I don't want to be like all the podcasters and the people who write the articles that are just essentially trying to give you the news. They're saying, here's a spoiler, here's a card, here's what it does. That's boring to me. I don't want that kind of content. I have opinions on these cards, and that is what I'm using this channel for. That is the type of content that is engaging and compelling to me. It wouldn't be creatively fulfilling to me to just put out a channel that says, here's a card, here's the text, let me read the text to you. That would be incredibly boring, and I would get absolutely nothing out of doing that. Now, am I going to be right all the time? Absolutely not. Of course not. But I think it is fun to give an opinion and see how that plays out over time. Maybe Rickon sucks. Maybe in 6 months, nobody has Rickon in their deck. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but if it does, you can turn back and laugh at me. Sometimes I'm going to be right, sometimes I'm going to be wrong, but either way I'm going to give you my opinion, because that's what this channel is for. It's not a news channel, it's an opinion channel. Obviously, some of the podcasters and the people who write articles also include their opinions, so that's just what I'm doing here. I'm giving you my opinion. So some people say, well, what makes you qualified to give your opinion on Thrones? Well, the answer is really nothing makes me qualified other than the fact that I want to. But to be honest, and this goes into a more personal area, there's not many things in my life that I'm very good at. Thrones just happens to be one of them. I don't really have many other hobbies other than Thrones. Since late 2011, when I found this game and fell in love with it, I've spent probably 90% of my free time and free money and vacation time from work traveling to play this game. I spend most of my spare time either thinking about or playing this game, or now creating content for this channel. And what I've learned is this game is a game that will pay you back for the time that you put into it. The more time you put in and the more effort you put into learning it, you will get better. And I have gotten better. And this is something that I think I'm good at. But I think my past results have spoken for themselves. I've won, I think, 5 or 6 tournaments, and I think I can play this game fairly well at this point. And I don't think many people would disagree with that. So am I the best player in the world? Absolutely not. Am I top 10? Probably not. Am I top 25? I think I'm in that conversation, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe back in 1.0, I was top 10 at one point when I could spend a lot more time on it than I am now. Certainly not top 10 now. I don't think in 2.0. I need a lot more practice to learn the card pool. I need to dig a lot deeper and get a lot more reps playing games. Back in the 1.0 days, I was probably spending 4 or 5 hours a day either playing or reading it. Now I'm probably down to 4 or 5 hours per week playing it. But when my head is in this game, I feel completely confident in saying that I am a great player. Believe it or not, for most things in my life, it is very, very difficult for me to talk highly of myself and to speak of myself in a positive manner. It's very, very difficult for me to do that and to do this video and to say these things right now. It is much, much easier for me to have self-deprecating humor and talk about how I suck and yada, yada, yada. But this is one area of my life where I feel completely confident not being humble and telling you exactly what I think, because I believe I've earned that right. Do I think that I'm better at this game than most casuals who just started 2.0? Absolutely. Do I think that if you follow my advice, you will get better at this game? Absolutely. Do I think that I'm the best? Absolutely not. But I certainly have something to offer people that are watching these videos, whether it makes me come across as arrogant or not. And that's just how I feel about it. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. If you stuck around to the end. Again, I'm sorry if that came across as pompous or arrogant, but it's how I feel. It's my honest opinion, and I think that's why you guys are tuning in here, to hear my honest opinion. You don't want fluff and you don't want nonsense. You want good information and somebody that is going to tell it to you straight. And if it's one thing I can promise, you will always hear exactly what I think, and I will never lie to you. Thank you guys so much for watching AMC. I love you very much, and may you always claim your 15th power.